What's going on, guys? I'm Dave, back with another episode of Debt Free Differently, and today we're talking about simple ways that you can start paying off your house faster. 90% of the mortgages in the United States are 30-year mortgages, so we're talking about saving years, not months, without putting a ton of cash into it. This isn't impossible. 38% of owner-occupied homes in the United States are completely paid off. Also, fun fact, 67% of millionaires live in paid-off houses, which account for about a third of their net worth. So when you pay off your house, you're actually doing what millionaires do. And if you think of your house like an investment, even if you moved out before you fully paid off your house, you would get more off the sale of your house because you own more of it. Let's jump into some payoff strategies. Just for fun, let's start with one of the more unusual ones. Chris Hogan calls this the purchase price paydown method, and this applies to mortgages under $1 million, and that probably means it applies to most of us. With this method, you take the initial amount of your mortgage, let's say it's $250,000, and then you take the first three numbers of it, 250, to make an extra payment every month. If you pay this extra amount every month for a 30-year mortgage, you end up paying off your house 8.5 years earlier. If that's not fast enough for you, you can double that amount and pay off your mortgage 13 years faster. You not only save time, you save a ton on interest with a number that's pretty easy to remember and reminds you of how much progress you've made on your mortgage. One of the most popular methods is doing bi-weekly payments instead of monthly. If you get paid bi-weekly, I think this makes a ton of sense because you're probably already budgeting your money bi-weekly. With bi-weekly payments, you divide your standard mortgage amount in half and you pay it every 2 weeks. Since there are 52 weeks in every year, you end up making 26 half payments, which means that you make 13 full payments instead of 12. That's a lot of numbers. The great part about this is that you're not really changing your budget at all, but you're paying off a 30-year mortgage about 5 years earlier than you would if you just made monthly payments. Also, while the amount may differ depending on the size of your mortgage and your rate, you're pretty much guaranteed to save tens of thousands of dollars over the life of your mortgage by doing this. This next one is super simple if you find that you have a good chunk of cash left over every month and you have a 30-year mortgage. Just pay it like it's a 15-year mortgage. Rates are lower on a 15-year mortgage compared to a 30-year mortgage, so when rates are low, you could refinance and go through all the appraisals and paperwork and all that stuff. But if you already have a good rate, there's really nothing stopping you from paying your 30-year mortgage like it's a 15. You can enter your mortgage information into a payoff calculator online, calculate your new monthly payment, and then set up an automatic payment to pay it like a 15. You'll save tens of thousands of dollars in interest, if not more. Your mortgage time will be cut in half, and you'll likely pay it off fast enough to reap the benefits of not having any house payments. And chances are, if you're motivated enough to cut your mortgage time in half, you'll probably end up paying it super fast once you see that it's down to 5 digits. There are also odd ways of doing this. While I make large additional payments on our mortgage every month, I also like to make sure that I make it down to the next 1,000. So if I see $240,500, I will make a payment for $500.01 just to get below $240,000. It's definitely weird, but it helps me feel like I'm making even more progress one payment at a time. So let's say you weren't making large additional payments like we are, but you are just always trying to work down to the next 1,000 every month. While the payment amount would vary, it'd probably average out to somewhere around $500 every month. One month you might make a $900 payment, and then the next month you might make a $100 payment. If you made an average of an extra $500 payment on a $240,000 30-year fixed mortgage at about a 4% interest rate, you'd end up paying off your mortgage 13 years earlier, and you would save 50% on interest over the life of the mortgage. That's real time, and that's real money. And if you did something really weird, which I also do, which is making a $1 payment towards my mortgage every single day of the year automatically through my bank, that cuts a year and a half off of our mortgage. It's $1, so I really don't even notice that I'm making the additional payments, and it saves us 18 months of interest and time. Another great way to pay off your house early is making use of lump sums. I'm talking about bonuses, tax returns, parts of inheritances, and things like that. The average tax return in the United States is around $3,000, so that's about $250 per month. If you have an average sized mortgage, you'd end up paying off your mortgage around 10 years earlier. And I know it's very tempting to use those lump sums on something fun. So maybe you take something like 75% of the lump sum, throw it at your mortgage, and invest in your future by cutting the number of payments that you'll have to make down the road. There are tons of different ways to pay off your house, and they can benefit you in multiple ways. You're paying less interest, you're saving time on your mortgage, and you're increasing your net worth with every additional payment, all of which can pay off big over time. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend, or subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next episode of Debt Free Differently.